Whether I'm broke or not, at least I have house.
Yeah.
Okay.
As someone in the construction business, have you noticed that people often start building emotionally before they are financially prepared? I mean, what I mean by emotionally is they come around and then they start with the this is what is in my head. Then when money now start entering the whole thing, they now start dissipating from the whole issue entirely. Have you ever come across clients like that?
Yes, and it's actually a human nature. It's a general human nature.
Oh,
we
wow.
always want more. We always want, good things.
Okay.
Yes, everybody wants good things, but they want to pay less for it.
Now, okay, this might be a little bit controversial, but
Okay.
would you say some people, or let's say clients, focus too much on looking like property owners instead of actually planning sustainable projects? So instead of actually focusing on something sustainable, they are already focused on just the idea of owning a property.
When we are talking about building, we are talking about real estate.
Yeah.
So whether for personal use, for investment and all that. And many people see it as investment, while some see it as a social status.
Okay.
Right? Social status in the sense that whether I'm broke or not, at least I have house. Right?
Yeah. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode with Realistic Project. My name is Favor Orok, and I'm the moderator and host of this particular conversation. So if you're just joining us for the first time, officially say welcome to you and welcome to this space where we're not just talking about building, we're talking about planning, owning properties, and also how to build. Some mistakes you can learn from your contractor or from everything going on your site. More so, every week we are always seated here with the managing director of Realistic Project, Mr. Debayo Giwa. And I'm sure you're wondering how the conversation has been so far. The conversation is more of practical and life experience. Yes, realistic experience, because Realistic Project has taken up more than 30 realistic projects. Yes, that's right. And that's been going on for 7 years, and I'm sure they're going to continue. They're going to continue that. So far we've learned from how to build or buy, smarter ways, smarter choices. You're either wise about it or you go the other way around. And more so, we've learned about cracks. The last one we did was recognizing cracks in building. Another one is also knowing if your contractor is actually doing the right thing. So if you've missed any of this amazing session, you have to worry less, because you can head over to their YouTube channel at Realistic Project. You can also go to their Instagram page at Realistic Project and also find out some things. Well, if you need professional guardians or you need to make inquiries and ask questions concerning buildings and construction, you can text the number on the screen below, or you can also reach out to them on Instagram at Realistic Project. Realistic Project is a brand committed to building, committed to good constructions, and also proper project management. And they also take clarity as their own foresight. Today we're going to be talking about something really, really amazing. And you want to know what that means? Well, let me start with this. There are days you'll be traveling and then you see bush, then you get to a particular place. You see a particular building that it might just be the foundation level. It might not be the foundation alone. You might get another place, they just built to the lintel level, and then you just see that the place has been abandoned for years. There's some that they've even got into the roofing level and then they just get abandoned. Now we're going to be talking about why some of these projects get abandoned. Is it because of peer pressure? Is it ego? Is it lack of finances? A lot of things are going to be spoken of in this particular session. So sit back, enjoy the ride with us. And I'm here with Mr. Debayo Giwa. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having us again.
Yeah, so I grew up in a particular environment where there's actually a landmark that will say, Ile Alaja ti won ti kan tan. All those buildings that they will just build halfway, and then for close to 15 years, the building was just there. So, curiosity made me ask that. Why is that happening? Is it because of lack of proper management, or no money, peer pressure, or ego?
Okay.
So let's go into the developers and the project management angle. So from a developer's perspective, can you usually tell from the beginning whether a project is likely to stall or to get completed? I mean, if you're a developer, you just know that this project, it looks like we might not really achieve so much. So what are some of the factors to playing into that, aside from maybe the land dispute, the financial thinking, maybe from the developer's angle? Maybe it could be like a personal development, maybe their educational knowledge about that particular project that they're handling. They don't know the full prerequisites to make that a success.
Okay, for looking at the developer's angle,
Yeah.
what can make them feel like if the market proposition is not gotten right?
Okay.
What do I mean by that? If there is possibility of people not subscribing, buying from their property, maybe the location or the kind of thing they are building at that moment might stall from people buying from it, subscribing or investing in it early.
Yeah.
That can lead to, them not, because they need the finances of subscribers from their customers to be able to build the project. So that is where they can have issues. And if there is proper government approval, all those things are being cleared, no land disputes and all that, then there won't be issue like that. And if there is no structural issue during the construction, yes. Okay. Yeah, there are many factors around it. Okay. Though the common ones are talking about lack of fund, but aside that, we will be diving into many other factors aside the lack of fund, where we'll talk about the planning, talk about the kind of choice changing, like mood change of clients. Yeah. Clients want this at the beginning, at the end they are seeing another thing. Our clients did not see the clarity from the beginning, not so much involved in the design stage. They feel like, okay, when we are now building, we'll be seeing and making the changes we need, which is going to cost a lot. And so that is why it's always good the client is so much and well involved at the design stage, especially if it's a building that you want to live yourself. If it's an investment building, if it's a building that you want to rent out, you might just go with whatever is being presented to you that will work. Okay. But when it's something so much personal that you want to build for yourself, for your own use, right? Yeah. You have to be so much inclusive and get a lot of clarity you need from the design stage of that building, all right? Yeah. Other factors is maybe not getting approval from the government, and the government put a hold on that project. And finance is something that is very fragile. Yeah. The client may plan to, do the project in a particular year, okay, and the maybe government stopped the work because they didn't get approval or some other factors, okay, and it takes them like a year or two to sort it out. It means the financial status of that client might not be the same as of the year he or she planned to do it to the other years that it was finally, open to do again. Yeah. Then many other factors. Maybe a failure was noticed on the building during construction and they are not getting a professional solution to it on time. Okay. It can lead to being abandoned. Maybe the development that the client is expecting during the construction so ample in that environment is not happening. There are cases whereby they will tell you if you buy land in this place, you can build, and you started building, no development at all, and you feel like it's not safe for you. So if the person just decline in interest, if the interest of the owner declines, they can stop spending on that project and it will be abandoned. Yeah. So now going back to the finances, okay, it's all very important. Yeah. After you have concluded your design, you want to plan how you can go on with the project. There are cases whereby a client can conclude on the design, see the budget and say that, okay, I want to hold on to so time before I will start. That's proper planning. Okay, I want to start to this level, I will rest, then I will move on. Okay. That's planning. So all those things, works into each other. And there are cases of unavoidable, God forbid, of death, sickness, and some other things that are so much unavoidable that can lead to the project being abandoned. In few of these, there are still many other ones. I believe as we move on in this session, we'll be diving into them.
Well, before I move into the financial aspect of this, now, from everything you've mentioned, considering your experience in building and construction, what would you say is the main reason that other things can fall under? Is it ego, or maybe one particular thing? I think from what you mentioned, I can pick out the use of people are not really clarified on what they want.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the major cause of this particular thing?
Okay, having a contractor that is willing to give you clarity on what you want to build is very important.
Okay.
The person needs to give you the clarity from the beginning, give you a clear roadmap. The person should be willing, to give you, to walk you through the design stage and the financial stage.
Okay.
Right? So knowing all that will really help. Now, letting you to know all the things you need to even do, aside the financial, all the things you need to do about the construction. For example, some clients only knows that they want to do foundation. They don't know what is going to require in terms of the type of foundation. So the contractor needs to give you clarity on, okay, if it's going to be a raft, what are the things we need to put in place to do raft? If it's going to be pile, what are the things we need to put in place to do the pile foundation? So all those things. Another thing I didn't mention earlier is if there is land dispute, it also leads to abandonment. So that's where your due diligence in getting your land is very important. There are cases whereby the client have bought the land, the owner bought the land, construction is going on, and disputes will come up. Some people will say they are the owner of the land, especially the Omonile issue, or if the developer that sold the land to them still have unsettled issues, or a case of buying a land where it is under acquisition, like government acquisition.
Yeah.
So those are part of the things too that leads to, a project being abandoned.
Okay, so let me move into the financial part of it.
Okay.
As someone in the construction business, have you noticed that people often start building emotionally before they are financially prepared? I mean, what I mean by emotionally is they come around and then they start with the this is what is in my head. I want the bedroom to have upside down bed. I want the cupboard to have V-neck. I want this. Then when money now start entering the whole thing, they now start dissipating from the whole issue entirely. Have you ever come across clients like that?
Yes, and it's actually a human nature. It's a general human nature. We always want more. We always want, good things. Okay. Yes, everybody wants good things, but they want to pay less for it. So now, when we are talking about small things, is you can walk to a store, you want to buy a phone, you say iPhone 17, you say iPhone 16, you say iPhone 15. Now, you really want the iPhone 17, but you see the cost of it and you go for the option that match with you. Right? That makes sense. So that's the kind of clarity everybody needs to when they want to build. When you're at the design stage, you are saying, like I told you, costing is also part of design stage. You don't see just the architectural design, structural design. We call it the consultation stage, the planning stage. So costing is also part. So after you have selected different things and all that, then when you now get to cost, the cost will, a bill of quantity is not just a overall. A bill of quantity will not just tell you this project is 500 million. No, it's going to give you the breakdown. But the issue is that most clients, they just go to the top, the bottom. Why will you say 500 million? All right. Instead of looking at the breakdown, what is door costing me? What is the windows due to my design costing me? If you have a building that there's so much glasses at the facade, at the side and everything, it's going to be more expensive than where you have lesser glasses. Right? If you have a kind of where you have a very big open terrace and different things on it, what is going to cost will be different from when you have a limited one. So in the process of that design, you need to look at why is my building costing this much.
Yeah.
What is the cost implication of my taste level?
Okay.
So when you now see the cost, you can now say that, okay, can I still go ahead and know that I'm sacrificing money for the taste I want, or I'm going to reduce some things? So am I going to reduce some things? You know, checking through the BOQ, you see the cost of having a very big suspended slab due to kind of contemporary design that you want to do. If you see that and you see the cost, okay, can I still go with it, or can we review the design for that cost to reduce? So having those clarity is very important for them, for you to now know that, okay, I can now go. So if your you see the cost for the kind of taste you want, and you see that you cannot conveniently afford this, or you cannot really afford it, you can try to reduce that design in terms of the taste and standard you want, to maybe like giving you 80% of the 100% you need, and the price is now moderate for you, then you move on. It's better than trying to get the 100% with the fund that cannot do the 100% of what you want. Yeah.
So aside from the emotional aspect of it, do you think social pressure sometimes pushes people into starting projects very early? Maybe they have this peer group, and then, oh, this one I started building, this one I started building, and then from there they just believe, my friend is doing it, me too, I can do it. So what do you think in that light?
Yes, it happens a lot. The social pressure of, okay, I want to, my circle are building, I want to build. It's actually a good thing that they are doing good things. Right? You are influenced. Building for yourself, building is a good thing. It's a good development in one's life. But you now need to know the details. If you are seeing somebody's success, you admire that success, you need to look at the behind the scene. Right? So if somebody is achieving something, yes, you admire that thing. The next thing is not for you to be admiring. You cannot grab it. The next thing is, what is that person doing to make that person? What is the sacrifices? What is the discipline? What are those things that the person is putting in place to be able to achieve that thing? That's what you need to emulate.
Yeah.
Right. So now, many people just feel like, my friend is building in the village. Bam, I want to go and build too. Yes, it's fine. But are you doing the processes that is needed? Right. And it is through that process that you'll be able to know that, can I achieve this, or I will achieve something bigger than that, or I'll even achieve something moderate. For example, if somebody is achieving something and you see that the person only sleeps 4 or 3 hours a day, and your own health, right, cannot allow you to do that. That's just a scenario. Maybe this person, after doing their 9 to 5, this person wakes up at night, do a long hours, and only sleep for 2 or 3 hours. Right? Now, you see that that's what is part of what added to the success of that person. Now, I now want to try it. Right? And in trying it, I see that this 3 hours sleep is not good for my own health. It cannot make me. What does that mean? It doesn't mean I can still achieve that, but I cannot go through that process. I have to find another process to go through. So if my friend is building and I want to build also, after going through all the process of getting the kind of design I want, for example, I might want something bigger than my friend, because I want to emulate and do something better. It's good that I've gotten a design, and now when the cost now comes in, that is where they say, if everybody is lying to you, or everybody is, you should not lie to yourself. So if I see something beautiful and I said, I need something like my friend, I want it even more beautiful, more bigger and everything, and I see a bill of 1.2 billion. Now, and I need to go back to myself that, Oga,
can we do this?
Can I really afford 1.2 billion in a span of this period conveniently? If I can, that's clarity. I move on. If I cannot, it's also clarity. I adjust. Right? I can now adjust that, okay, what I can do conveniently is 500 million. that 500 million, what can I adjust back? That's the truth. Instead of making peer pressure to get you into trouble. If your friend built a mansion and did it conveniently, if it's a bigger mansion that you can achieve, like, right? Yes, when you see a bill of 1.2 billion, I feel like I can comfortably do this.
Okay.
Why can't we add some other things? Do we have a basketball net there? Let's add the and everything. Let's do 1.5 billion. I'm good. There's clarity.
Yeah.
If it cannot work, what can 500 do? If it's bungalow, duplex of something very reasonable. If my friend build a mansion and do it conveniently, fine. And what I can afford is bungalow. Let me do it conveniently. If I build bungalow today, my financial status can upgrade in the next 4 or 5 years again.
Actually.
I build something bigger.
Yeah.
Instead of getting stuck. So now, that social pressure of my circle are doing this, I want to jump in it also without the process. Getting clarity, yes, affects people a lot. So it will not be like you didn't know that and there are cases whereby my friend do this and your friend will not tell you how much they are actually spending.
Yeah.
There are cases like that they don't really want to open up. It's part of the things of the past session that I discussed about that people feel like, okay, my friend is saying this thing is not supposed to be up to this. They might be spending up to that and more than that, but they don't really want you to know
about it.
Their capacity like that. So they will now be telling you that it's not really supposed to be like that, and they will just say it like, and you will grab that one, you let it affect your own project.
So from the developer's angle, is it okay for a developer to back out due to the fact that they feel like they are no longer capable of handling that project? And what I mean by they are not capable is not that intellectually they are not sound, but maybe that particular project requires a bit of technicality, and maybe their level of experience has not given them the opportunity to be exposed to handle such projects. So is it okay for them to tell the clients that, oh, look, I'm sorry, I started this and I thought it's something I could undo, but I really do not want to mess up your project, in as much as that might be a dent on their professional experience. But do you still think, or do you feel doing that would also put them on the integrity pace?
Okay, the first thing is that it's not good enough to have that kind of issue, but different scenarios can come up and such can happen. So the structure of the development company matters a lot in the kind of issue. Yeah, it happens in some cases whereby the developer cannot continue on that project. So what they do is to transfer to another developer. So they transfer the whole project to another developer to continue. You know, they will do some checks and balance. It's like transferring a shares, transferring an investment to another person. So they have to do it in a way that it will be seamless and it will not affect the investors too much. So that's how it's being done. If they want to be sincere, they will transfer. But before it can get to the level where they cannot continue, it means the project is becoming something that is no more profitable. There's a lot of financial issues. So which company is now willing to take it? So which company is willing to take a bad debt? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it boils down to the price that they want to sell that property. So if another company is taking it and the cost of how it's going to work together might not meet the market price, it means there will be an issue. So there is a lot of structural arbitration and financial consideration that will come up for that to happen. But it does happen, and it's part of the solutions that is being provided to avoid the project being fully abandoned.
So this particular question might be a little controversial, but I'll ask regardless. Would you say some people focus too much on looking like property owners instead of actually planning a sustainable project? I mean, everybody wants to answer the name, I'm a landlord, I'm a landlady, and then they are not actually looking at the sustainability of that project. They are just looking towards being a property owner. And at the end of the day, they might end up not even having a complete project done by the by the end of the day, they just want to start and then it's not looking sustainable. There's no money, they've eaten into their business. So what do you think people like that should shift their focus to?
Yes, it's part of the things that is really affecting and letting us have more of abandoned projects.
Okay.
People take building as a social proof, a social status, more than it being an investment tool, right?
Yeah.
And it's also nice, yes, having your own building is nice,
Okay.
but you now need to know the financial implication of it. If it's going to be, you can build not because you want to get any return, you can build because you want to use the place, because for your financial for your social status and all that. Now, knowing the cost implication will let you know that, okay, this thing is not that I want to, you want to give me any major return back. So it will make me know that, can I afford this financial the social status I want to bring on myself. All right.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a car, for example, you want to get a car because of a social status. It means you will not really go for an utility car. You want to go for something really nice.
Okay.
Because you want to show that, yes, I have a car. So in that sense, you want to know that this car that I want to get, can I financially sustain it?
Yeah.
Financially afford it, right? Now, when you now want to build, let's now take it back to building. Yes. You want to know own a building. If it's for financial, for social status, if it's for social status, you want to know that I can financially undo this thing.
Okay.
Right? Now, if it's an investment too, you want to know that whatever I sacrifice into it, I'm getting a return back. Okay. So even if I'm sacrificing from my business, sacrificing from my savings, sacrificing from my other kind of investment into building this for investment purpose, you know your exit period, you know when you get your return on investment.
Yeah.
So you can easily sacrifice many things into it and get it back.
Oh.
But the case whereby it's just for social status, that I want to feel like I own a house, I don't want to be, so you will want to spend moderately. In the sense that you want to spend according to what you can afford. So with that, you will not be finding yourself in a case whereby you are a broke landlord, right? It's not a good social status enough when you are a landlord but you are still broke.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I want to just go into something on the surface level, talking about our social status. Now, you know, there are times that social status would actually bring in investors for you. Now, let me buttress what I'm trying to say. There are days that you're actually going for an outing. Let me take you back to the car aspect that we started from. So I'm going to a big man's party. I was lucky to be invited. I have a Toyota Corolla. And the likes of people that are there, they're driving Rolls Royce, Tesla, and all of these things. So peradventure, I have already invested in something like that. And I know for a good reason that I can't sustain that kind of lifestyle. But somehow, I happen to own one of those things. Don't you think it will give me an edge to be able to even get investors back into my organization or into my business to be able to sustain the kind of lifestyle that I already, you know, Lagos people would say fake it till you make it. But does it apply?
Yeah, it's called packaging.
Okay.
There's a thin line between packaging and fake life.
Okay.
Right. So it's the same kind of process. Is now your intention that matters. Do you get? If you package yourself, it's still like fake life. But what is the intention? If my intention is that I need to package myself, drive a good car to go and meet this investor, to get the money to now invest to what I'm really telling that person.
Yeah.
Okay, I need 100 million to do a business. I went to meet the investor, I packaged myself properly, go there, right?
Yeah.
I got the money and I use it for what I really need to use it for. The investor got their return on investment back as they are supposed. I got my profit too. That's nice. But if I go there just to impress the investor, right? Just to, I'm not really serious. That's fake life.
Yeah.
Or when I got the money, I'm not using it for what it's supposed to be
used for.
right? Let's now take it back to building.
Okay.
This one, you are building it.
Yeah.
Nobody is really coming there to visit you there. It's not your office.
Yeah.
Right? So you are not taking it around. So it's not really giving you that
social status
that you are looking for yet. Right? It's not really giving you yet. So those are the things around this. If you are going for an outing and the kind of car you are using cannot fit that outing because of the investment you want to attract, because of the circle or high net worth, you can borrow your friend car, you can rent a car. That one you have saved yourself, rather than having one G-Wagon that you cannot the money that you are supposed to have, the money that you are supposed to have in your business, you can package yourself in that moment for that kind of outing, then get back to your own normal life instead of investing so much in something that will not yield for you. So now taking it back again to building.
Yeah.
All right. You spend more, you get clarity on whatever you want to do on building.
Okay.
Whether it's for your social status or for your investment purpose.
Okay.
So the clarity, and when we are talking about clarity, is knowing the cost implication. When you see the cost implication, you now merge it. When we are talking about soil test and the load of the building, we are talking about the load bearing capacity, what the soil can carry.
Okay.
After knowing what the soil can carry, you will now look at it to the load you want to put on it. Do you get?
Yeah.
So your own soil test is, you've seen the financial cost, the financial implication. You as the person that want to carry the load, that want to, you are the soil. Now, you now see the load is the financial implication, the load of the building. So when they now bring the load, when you see the load, you as the soil, you will be able to say, can I carry this load or not?
Yeah.
So what do I need to be able to carry this load? So you want to, you saw the cost of the building, and you now look at your own bank account and the kind of inflow of your business. That can my business, can my financial capacity carry this? If it cannot carry it, what can we reduce?
Yeah.
So if I want to build a 2 suspended kind of duplex before, can I review to 1 suspended? All right?
Yeah.
Can I reduce to bungalow if that's what my money can do, and do it seamlessly? All right? If it's something that, okay, I can accumulate something in a certain period of time, I cannot afford that cost immediately, but I can accumulate in a certain period of time, then do it. That one, you will not abandon the project. So those are the things around it.
Now let's come into the experience aspect of realistic project.
Okay.
I mean, you've handled more than 30 successful projects, and that's really amazing. So has realistic project ever handled an abandoned project? Not that you did a project to be abandoned, but you handled a project that a developer just abandoned, or the project was given to someone and they didn't handle it well, and then it was brought to you and then you handled it. What did you discover as some of the major issues surrounding that project that could have made the developer to abandon it, or that could have made the client to say, nah, I'm not doing business with those people, I'm doing business for a realistic project?
Okay, yeah, we have had scenarios like that.
Okay.
One of those cases is when the client is not satisfied with what another person is building for them.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
They are not satisfied. They are not sure of the integrity, the structural integrity, and they are not getting the clarity enough. Right.
Yeah.
So in those cases, they bring it to us, and we try to educate on board, let the client knows the things they are supposed to know. So it's not that they bring it to us and we just jump on it. No, we'll let them know the mistakes they make for it to happen like that, and what they now need to know. So that is the first process. We'll let them get all the clarity they need to know. if we also need clarity on that project, we ask all the questions, we do all the tests, we do all the investigation that we are supposed to do around it. After sorting all those things, then we now move to continuing the project. Okay. And if it's something that the client also needs to take some time to balance some things, we'll let them know that not to rush, balance all these things, let's check all these boxes. After doing that, then we can embark. So with that, we have a seamless project, not an abandoned project.
Still on the experience, I mean, if you could rate it on a percentage level, how much of abandoned projects would you feel, or you would blame on poor planning, and how much comes from working with the wrong professionals? Working with the wrong professionals can also enhance abandoned projects, and also poor planning can also aim and also bring into limelight that, oh, this is going to lead to an abandoned project. So if you're going to put it on a percentage rate, it might not be a percentage per se, but how would you be able to level it?
Okay. A lot comes from working with wrong professionals, working with a wrong contractor, a wrong builder. And then if you now eventually got the right ones that are willing to give you the right advice, so the other part now falls to the clients themselves. Are they willing to hear the right thing? Are they willing to hear professional advice? Are they willing to abide to that? If they are willing, then that is solved in their own angle. But what we have seen so far is that getting wrong professionals is one. Then the clients so not willing to listen properly because they feel they want to save costs to the advice of the right professionals when they get right. So if you get the right professionals, the right contractors, then they will walk you through the process you are supposed to follow. So there will be proper planning. If there is no proper planning, it's in the hand of the professionals not giving you what they are supposed to tell you.
We're still on the experience aspect. So now with realistic projects, from your experience running realistic project itself, do you think people underestimate the power and how much consistency matters in construction? Because building is not just money, it's coordination, it's patience, and also supervision. And for realistic project that has clarity as its foresight, do you think people underestimate the power of consistency?
Yes, people do. And it's surprising that people do, because everything we do, even outside the building, generally about our life, consistency matters, because it is when you do something consistently, that's where you'll be able to measure the outcome. Then from the outcome, you can now see where you can adjust around, right? You cannot say you want to lose weight and you are not consistent about it in a month. Whatever outcome you get, if you are not consistent in it in a month, the results cannot be accurate because you are not consistent in doing that thing. So it is when you are, whether the thing is wrong or right, it is when you are consistent in doing it. That's when you can now measure it and now measure the outcome, then review how you are doing it. Right? So we have been consistent in building. We have seen mistakes, we have seen lapses, and with that we have revolved and improved in our processes to make sure that we deliver the best for our clients. And through that consistencies, we have seen where a project can seem to lead to, there's something called risk management and mitigation. So where we have seen the risk ahead, we always put, escalate, notify the client that these are the risks we are looking around these things. What are the mitigation measures to put in place to make sure that it does not happen that way, right? So with that, it resolves a lot of things ahead of time. So, when it's always good when you know when a war is coming, so you prepare for it. It is an unseen war that can be difficult to fight.
Wow. So as a builder and as the managing director of realistic projects, I know you would have seen a whole lot of cases, you would have handled a lot, you would have even seen some that you're like, wow, so I can handle this, and you eventually did. So what's one thing you've learned from years in construction that completely changed the way you see building projects? Because I'm sure you'd have met clients that would be like, wow, so I eventually handled this client and everything went smoothly. I'm sure you'd have met some that they didn't even give you, everything was just seamless. So what were some of the things that you learned along the way about the way you see building projects?
Okay, not shying away from letting clients know the cost implication of what they want to do.
Wow.
So there are some times that one feel like, this money, I hope these clients will not run away. So, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just let them know. They can feel the shock also, but by the time they go check, do their checks and balance, and you make sure that you do your estimation and costing for them properly too.
Okay.
They will come back to you. And even if they now go to somebody, there are cases whereby another contractor might give them something lower just to lure them in. At the end of the day, they start spending so much more again just because they are in already.
Wow.
Right? And we don't do that. We let you know, right? So that there are cases whereby clients have come, we give them the clarity and know that they feel like the cost is too much, they go to another person. But when they start seeing the kind of work that is being done, they withdraw from the person and come back to us. So one of the things that we have actually make sure we do is that to let client get the clarity, not shying away, to let the client know that this is the implication of what you are doing, what you need to do, and they move ahead with it. So, and also the risk management I told you, letting them know the risk. For every choice, for every problem solved, you create another problem, right? Okay. So every choice that the client makes, we let them know the risk around it. Yeah. We let them know the pros and cons of that decision.
Okay.
So letting them know, let them know whether if they are going for that decision or they are holding back a bit or they are reviewing their decisions. So letting them know the cost implication, always updating them about the risk and mitigation around choices make.
Wow. So in your years of experience, have you ever had to advise a client to pause on a project instead of continuing? So if that has ever happened, what led to that? Was it it might not even be some sort of miscommunication. It could just be a risk that you've seen ahead, and then you just tell them to, let's take a break on this and let's re-strategize. There's something ahead that we need to tackle it strategically. But if you need us to continue it, I advise that we take a break. But if you insist, I don't think I would want to go ahead because of the risk involved. So if there has been issues like that, what led to that?
Okay, as there are issues like that, and they are more at the planning stage, because we always make sure that our planning stage is really, really solid, right? So there are two scenarios. One in terms of individual, where we did a soil test and we see that the depth that the pile is required is so much. We are looking at 25 meters.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that it's so much, but in the sense of what the client can afford is so much. So looking at the cost implication, right? Yeah. So the client have to pause on embarking on that project because he sees that what the foundation is going to consume, he cannot afford it. There are people that can afford it. We have done projects of 25, 30 meters pile and more that they can afford it, they embark on it, and it was safe, it was fine. But that particular client sees that he cannot afford that, right? Then leave that land, sow the land, right? Then go on another one.
Wow.
Go for a place that is more safer, right? And build on it. Now, the other one which we do regularly is engaging with developers. Developers are up for business. They want to know the cost implication of the land they want to buy, or they want to do something like a JV on. So them knowing the cost implication around doing that project, then looking at what is the ROI going to be, like the sales value. So when they start selling or giving shares of the unit of those building, so trying to do checks and balance of the cost of building, the cost of acquiring that land, the cost of building, and the cost of selling, balancing those things. So we help them around those things, to let them know the cost implication at the design stage before they even acquire the land at all. So that it will not, because once you acquire a land, whether by outright purchase, by JV, you are legally indicted or legally involved in it already. So we walk them through the advisory stage of, they give us the land, we inspect, we do feasibility study for them on the land, so they know the cost implication around it, and they go for the one that suits them. So we always do the risk assessment from the beginning. So it is only something like force majeure. I'm not a lawyer, all those kind of terms that not avoidable measures that can really cause abandonment. But when it comes to financial, the structural implication and all that, we identify it for our clients from the beginning to see what they want to embark on. So if they can embark on it, they embark on it, no issue. It's only when the client is now lying, we cannot see the client's account. He will let you know that this is the cost implication of this thing, and you say you can embark on it, but financially you cannot. That is when such issue can come up, and we are going to have our proof that we showed you everything around it before you embark on it. So that's how we solve those kind of issues.
We've had so much to unpack on this episode, and honestly, this conversation has shown us that abandoned projects and buildings don't just happen by accident. I mean, the signs are always there, from poor proper planning to lack of proper guidance and lack of proper management. And I think one major takeaway that I'm taking from this is that realistic projects has clarity as their foresight. Like, if you notice, Mr. Giwa has been hammering on clarity. So if there's no clarity, there's no conversation. So, and also he mentioned that no pressure. Don't put yourself on so much pressure to achieve a status instead of achieving something strategically. And the right planning should meet the right professionals, because if the right planning meets the wrong professionals, you're on the wrong road to a different direction. A huge thank you to Mr. Giwa for unpacking and sharing all of these insights, his experience and practical insights with us today. However, don't miss another episode. And if you've missed previous episode, it's a good thing that you can go to YouTube at Realistic Projects, watch all of those episodes to enlighten you and to also broaden your horizon about construction. So it's okay to be a work in progress and also become a masterpiece. See you on the next episode.